Yes. The time has finally come. I've just made my official Demon Slayer channel. So before we get into the video, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to my Demon Slayer channel known as Tanjiro. Yes, if you guys know Tanjiro, I had to throw the little pun on the name, but no, in all seriousness, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to my Demon Slayer channel. A video should already be out. And if you guys love Demon Slayer, then get excited because I just got done catching up to the manga, and boy, oh boy, this series is nothing short of greatness. So in case you guys have not already, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to my Demon Slayer channel. So today I'll be doing a video discussing the Zodiacs versus the Phantom Troupe and why you guys need to be excited for one of the most hyped up battles in all of Hunter x Hunter history that's going to go down between two of the strongest groups that we have ever seen. Now yes, there is a high chance that we're going to be getting the Phantom Troupe going up against the Zodiacs. I already know you guys must be thinking, whoa Phantom man, aren't these two a little bit too far when it comes to power gap? But no. Now that we know that both group members have lost and gained new members, this totally does offset the power scaling and it makes these groups closer in power. And with the Dark Continent Expedition arc going on, it's perfectly setting up a battle between the Zodiac and the Phantom Troupe members, meaning because we've seen Botobai, he's even locked away Illumi and Kaluto. We saw Illumi, he didn't take that too kindly. So there has been little seeds of the Phantom Troupe and the Zodiac members going at it. And today I had to do a video discussing these groups between these very strong characters. And speaking of strong characters, I want to discuss the Zodiacs first. I want to run through them quickly just in case you guys forgot about them. Meaning, Botobai, we know that he is the strongest official member of the Zodiacs. He is strongest strength-wise, and we know that Netero respected him the most. So, when Botobai steps up, you know that there's definitely some smoke that needs to be delivered, and he's the right person to do it. And speaking of smoke, we know that Kanzai, he is definitely the most aggressive and the most wildest member of the Zodiac. In fact, we saw that he was ranked higher than most pro hunters. Again, all rankings will be according to Ahsoka, so take that with a grain of salt. But no, in all seriousness, we saw he was ranked higher than most of the other hunters and Zodiacs. So even though Kanzai's short and he got a short temper, I definitely do have to say he's one of the smartest and not smartest, but one of the strongest and aggressive members of the Zodiacs. We know that he's actually one of the dumbest ones because all the Zodiac members roast him. But no, in all seriousness, speaking of smart, we know that Cheeto, she is the smartest tactician, the smartest Zodiac, and she's kind of like a doctor slash healer of the group. Hell, we know that she is Leorio's senpai when it comes to being a doctor. So the fact that she's teaching Leorio how to become a doctor, the man who wanted to become a doctor ever since the beginning, goes to show you where she lies in terms of her smartness. And speaking of smartness, Mizai Storm, we've seen that he's the calm, cool, and collected Zodiac member 100% of the time. We see that he is the member that's getting the most shine in the Dark Continent Expedition arc, and we know that his ability, it's mostly not suited for combat, but mainly for like interrogation wise. So that's why I gotta say he's definitely the smartest when it comes to being cool, calm, or not smartest, but the greatest when it comes to being the cool, calm, and collective. And the biggest snake of all time, Sayu, we know that he is confirmed a traitor. I'm not going to spoil it for anime onlys, but we do know that he has a very special monkey ability that allows him to utilize all of his different three staffs that three little tomoes that he uses, and then he obviously uses the staff. So Sayu is definitely a traitor, but he definitely still is very strong. And speaking of strong, we have to discuss members like Cluck, Ginta, Pion, and all the rest of the members who weren't really highlighted, but they still did get a lot of hype. Whereas Ginto, we know that he was one of the fastest members despite his size, and we saw that he was ranked higher than Kanzai, but he was still ranked lower than Illumi or somebody like Pion, who is most likely the weakest member, but she's very tech savvy because we saw how much she knew about how to use the laptops and all that stuff compared to the other hunters, and we saw that she had a lower score than Kanzai and Ginta. Yeah, so we saw that Pion, she had a 77, so she's not probably the most strongest Zodiac member compared to somebody like a Sacho, who we know has second authority only to Cheeto, and we know he's one of the head and smartest Zodiac members. So I definitely do have to say that because of his swordsmanship and his intellect, that is what maybe puts him at the top, but we know that he's really there only because of his intellects, maybe his swordsmanship. But the mysterious Zodiac of them all is Gel. We know that she is a poison hunter, and we know that she did threaten Parson with her poison back when they first gathered up. So that just goes to show you how confident she is in her strength. And now that we know that these are the current Zodiac members with the addition of Kurapika and Leorio, I think that goes to show you that them missing Parson and Jane, that definitely does affect them in terms of strength a lot. And as far as the Phantom Troupe, I'm not going to sit here and go through all the Phantom Troupe members, just because if you don't know who the Phantom Troupe are, then you're truly not a true Hunter x Hunter fan. But no, in all seriousness, we do know that some of the members did get new powers. Like Crollo, he got the new power of Sun and Moon, which is just completely broken to all degree. And even characters like Nobunaga, we saw he got a new character design, but on top of that, Uvogen's death made him a lot stronger. And the characters like Phaeton, Finks, Franklin, Shizuku, Machi, Bonolenov, and all those guys, they didn't really get too much stronger. I'm assuming they didn't get weaker, but I assume that they just stayed the same and got stronger. Maybe they might have stayed at the same power level, but I'm not saying that they went through some huge change that'll make me think, okay, they are super different than before. But the Phantom Troupe itself did go through some major changes, because they did lose members like Shalnark and Cortopi, but they gained members in Illumi and Kaluto. And the reason why I'm saying that this is huge news is because we saw Illumi, he was ranked higher than most Zodiacs when Hisoka was ranking them. And we know that Kaluto, this kid is probably as strong, if not stronger, than Killua, to be honest, because we know that Killua, he is basically the prodigy of the Zodiac family, and this is Killua's younger brother. So I'm definitely excited to see what Kaluto can do. And on top of that, we know that he was easily able to take on Chimera Ants. Granted, these were the weakest Chimera Ants of the weakest, but Kaluto is definitely not somebody to sleep on. And the fact that they have Illumi and Kaluto in the Phantom Troupe, and they have basically Illumi, the person who was being ranked higher than all these Zodiac members, I definitely do think that if you take the strongest Zodiacs like a Botobai, Kanzai, Gel, Sacho, Sayo, Ginta, whoever your top 5 are, put them up against a Crollo, Phaeton, Shizuku, Illumi, Kaluto, I would definitely have to say I'm putting my money on the Phantom Troupe. Now granted, we haven't seen what all the Zodiacs could do so far, but if we're talking about from ability wise, I definitely would say that I think the Phantom Troupe, the new Phantom Troupe, could defeat the new Zodiacs, not the Zodiacs with Jing and Parson. I definitely do believe that with the new addition of these new Phantom Troupe members and with their new powers, I definitely do think that the Zodiacs, after seeing what they're truly like, they might be a little bit more hyped up than we thought they were. They are still pretty strong, but I definitely do think that the new Phantom Troupe can defeat the new Zodiac 12. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.